Hello, romance. Ashley Collins, aka the Aunt of Dragons. Welcome to my YouTube channel, The Breakup Diaries. First things first, shout out to the homie for sending me this super cute corset, which is super ironic because I just watched Hamilton. I know, like 20 years later, I finally watched Hamilton and I cried so much. But I do feel like Eliza Schuyler in this corset, super cute. Okay, anyway, that's nothing to do with nothing. I'm avoiding the fact because I'm super embarrassed that I started a job and then I walked out. I know. Again, Ashley, why can't you just hold on a job? I don't know, man. I don't know. I'm sincerely trying. Like, you know how like everyone's like, no one wants to work. I want to work. I want to work, but just don't. Okay, let me explain to you in better detail what happened. So when working in restaurants, they have you take a menu test. If you're bartending, they make you take a bartending test, a drink test, etc., etc., right? And I've done that before. You know, like I know I'm an actor. I know how to memorize. I know how to regurgitate information to you, right? But I found myself getting unnecessarily frustrated because there's something about hearing it from several employees that they don't care about the job, that it's kind of like, so why am I working hard? Why should I try? Why should I put effort in? You know? And I don't know, I just felt like not faking it. You know? So during our food classes, they would just be reading off the paper. And I'm like, I know how to read. You know, like like I know how to read. So I could simply take this home and study it, but also like they're like, oh, you're gonna need to know this for the test. You're gonna need to know this for the test. You're gonna need to know this for the test. And it's like I'm hearing 6 different things, so I don't know what I have to memorize. You know? Does that make am I making sense? I just got so massively frustrated. So the manager, she pulled me to the side. She said, what's going on, kiddo? And I'm like, firstly, in my mind, I'm like, don't call me kiddo. We literally are the same age. Because I don't know where I know her from, but I know her, you know, so I know that we're the same age, you know, so don't talk to me like that, you know, like we're person to person. And I told her my frustrations. I was like, I'm being told so many different things about certain food items. Like, okay, here's an example of the fucking menu test. Let me show you how fucking stupid this is. What's the process of cooking our duck wings? Why do I need to know that? I'm not the chef. We deep fry it. But that wasn't the answer that they're looking for. It's cooked in its own fat, and then it's put in a vat, and it's drizzled with some kind of in its own duck fat, and it's like, why is it that deep? Is the customer really going to ask that in super deep detail? Another one of the questions was describe the smoked salmon dip. It's smoked salmon dip. Have you had it before? Why are we assuming that people haven't eaten before? Why are we assuming that people haven't gone to restaurants before? Do you like salmon dip or no? Okay. What comes in the goat cheese fondue? The answers it's like 5 different things. It's Kalamata olives, another kind of olive. It's a tomato. It's like fucking grape tomatoes, extra virgin olive oil, and something else. And I'm like, it's not that deep because it's in front of the fucking customer. You know, like you have the menu on your phone, or I can bring you a physical menu. What's in a goat cheese fondue? What do you think is in a goat cheese fondue? Goat cheese and some olives and some tomatoes. Do you want it or not? You know? Sorry, I feel like I'm not yelling at you. I'm still a little frustrated from the situation, but like long story short, like I just like shut down. I just started crying, and I was like, I know how to memorize some stuff. I know how to memorize, right? But you're not telling me that so many people are giving me so much different information that it's starting to confuse me. And I said, why don't you just hire a robot? Something I've been saying a lot lately is, what do you want me to say? Because I feel like I know that, and I've done this before myself as well with some of my videos, so forgive me for sounding like a hypocrite, but I feel like people have in their mind what they already want you to say. They already have a response. They've already prepped themselves to respond to you, so they don't need to actually listen to you. Does that make sense? You know, like, for example, when she asked me, what can I do to help you, right? I know that she wanted me to say, oh, I need to take another food class. but I don't want to take another food class. I know how to serve, and I also know how to say, let me find out for you, you know? And I understand that she wants like fast, efficient service, right? I understand that. But like I was saying, like it's just, now I feel completely irrational. I just really don't think it's that serious. If a high school student can do this, then why are you making it? And plus, so many people said that, like, oh yeah, I didn't take the test very seriously. I feel so many questions on this test, and it's like, then why should I take it seriously? Then if this is the staff that you hire, but also like, bad employees are very loyal. Bad employees like want to stick around. They want to stay around, and the employers want to keep them because they know that they'll keep coming back. You know? And I hate when employers say like, oh, don't listen to what they have to say. Like they're just here. But like, why are they still on your staff then? Let them go. You know? Um, I understand the importance of keeping a fast, efficient business because you have a quota to fill, right? You want to make sure that like the business is making money in order for you want to make sure that the business is making money in order to keep your staff employed, in order to keep your staff paid, right? I understand that there's a quota. I understand that, but also it's like, it has to mean a little something, doesn't it? You have to treat your employees a little bit like they're humans, don't you? So yeah, I think we might as well just hire robots. Make every job an AI job. So robots, okay, there's a difference though, right? Robot is the physical robot versus AI, where's the mind, right? You already see that with Chili's. I'm sure you've been to Chili's, right? Chili's the restaurant, not the, but okay. So you know with Chili's, like they have the computer where you can order and the server just brings you the food. Why don't you just hire a robot to bring this customer their food, right? So it's mind-boggling to me that you just want to put words in my mouth. So you don't want me to think for myself. You don't want me to add flair to it. Just say it the way that I want you to say it. So you don't want me to think for myself then. Just say that. I can do that. Ish. Okay. I could try to do that, or just hire a robot who is artificial intelligence inside of it. You know? Okay. Oh, yeah, I did say that. Oh, I forgot. Yeah, I already said that. She said this during our talk, which felt like for fucking ever. She said, you have a sweet, bubbly personality, but, and I thought in my mind, fuck your butt. Fuck it. Like, not literally, but like, you know what I'm saying? Like, if I have all the credentials of a loyal employee, I'm gonna show up, okay? And also, like, okay, you know what another pro for robots would be? They'd never be late. Robots will always be on time. They'll never complain about wanting to leave early. They'll never have issues with their kids, having to leave early for their kids, etc., etc. So why don't we all just hire robots then? Why don't we all just fuck curriculum in schools and learn how to build robots in order to, because you, like I said, you don't want a human staff. You don't want a staff that has feelings. You don't want to have to take care. You don't want to have to, and it's also not the employer's job to make you feel good. I understand that. I understand it's not the employer's job to coddle you and to make their staff happy. You know, my job is just to make sure that you are paid. That's it. Then why are you making this whole process so tedious? What goes on a burger? Also, why are we assuming that the customer doesn't know it comes on a fucking burger? What kind of cheese comes on the burger? It's a difficult cheese. What is that? Then what's the point in even like? We have this greet for the table, and went to my friend's house last night to watch Hamilton. They're so awesome. I'm gonna go over there later to do some filming for them for their band. But I did the greet for them, and he was like, "That's too much. I already know what I want to drink and eat before I even come in. So why are we assuming that people don't do that? Why are we assuming that people don't know how to read it off of a menu? Why are we assuming that people don't know that they already want Sprite or an old fashioned? You know, like, why are we assuming, why are we trying to, why is it my job to tell you what you want to eat or drink? You should already know that as an adult on this planet. You're not a child. I asked the child, hey, do you want apple juice or orange juice? And they're like, that's fine for the child. So why are we treating our customers like children? Why are we allowing them to treat us like children? You know, when I sit down at a restaurant, I already know what I want. And majority of people do as well. They don't need convincing, because once you convince them, because everyone's taste palette is different. The burger may be good to me, but you may not like burgers. You dig? Okay. I keep going off script. It's like modern day call and response, what we're doing to each other. What we've always done to each other, actually. It's like we don't have to listen to people, because we've already created these mental scripts for one another. I already know how to respond to you, so I don't really have to listen to you, which is kind of, but you're not a psychic. You don't know what I'm going to say. What people, how stressed out are you in life? What people are you interacting with in your everyday life that you feel like you don't have to listen to them? It's like, it's like when you go to the gas station, right? And you hand the person your money and they say, hey, how are you doing? And then you respond to them, can I get 10 on 20? And it's like, you didn't listen to what they said. They said, how are you doing? They asked how you're doing. They didn't ask you how much you want to put, how much gas do you want to put in your car, and what pump do you have to go to? And I don't think that's very kind. We're not kind to one another. We read all of these books, right? Well, some of us watch videos. I watch videos on how to interact with each other in everyday life. And then we say to each other, be yourself. But you don't want me to be myself. You want me to be you want me to be who is ideal for you. So like I said, let's just make robots. Let's just make everything AI. Because if we're not going to listen to each other, then what the fuck are we doing? So now what you're thinking is, well, robots will take all of our jobs. That's not necessarily true. This isn't the first boom of robots, right? This is not the first boom of AI. Do you remember gas pump workers? You know, do you remember? I saw someone they posted something. They said that just because cars are here doesn't mean that we'll go extinct. And they said that's a quote from horses. You know, no. If anything, that'll create more sources of jobs. If you look at it exponentially, jobs aren't going away. It's just making things more convenient and less dangerous, right? Like, you don't need to be in the mine drilling. That's dangerous for you. I mean, if anything, women entering the workforce made things worse for, you know, like, because it's like now it's more competitive. Oh my God, my friend was saying how they were in a work meeting and they were like, we're such a diverse company. We're 70% women. And it's like, that's not diverse. That means you need to hire more men. You know, like 70 and 30, that's a big difference, you know? But that sounds so bad. Women ruined everything. You know what I'm saying though, right? Like you get what I mean. Like, it made it more like work should be competitive. Work should be competitive, right? But it shouldn't be just like, memorize this for a week and then next week you're going to forget all about it. I don't think that's efficient. I don't think that's smart, you know? And now you're thinking it's not your job to forget, but it's like, you do, because you're not calculating human error. You're not calculating human flaws. I have to memorize something on this test that you guys don't even have anymore. You don't even sell this anymore. So why is that necessary to pass this test? Why do you think that proves I'm an efficient worker? I don't know. So yeah, like I was saying, automation anxiety is nothing new, right? We're not replacing jobs. If anything, we're creating new ones by filling up the holes that aren't really necessary for human labor. Does that make sense? I feel like I'm like a sponsor for, oh my god, yeah, hire me. I'm unemployed now, Tesla. Hire me. Um we'll never run out of work. Rule number one, I have to remind myself, they're not allowed to make you cry. This applies to relationships and to work. If they can sit there and watch you overflowing with tears and frustration, that ain't it. It's not it. As I was watching Hamilton, they were talking about all the socialites, and I was like, oh, that's just influencers. They were just like 1800s influencers. So there's like a formula to being rich and famous, right? And if you follow it to the T-ish, like obviously like bring your personality here and there, you'll be successful. You'll be rich. But I don't feel like following that script. And I feel like that's to the detriment of me. I feel like in America, we treat each other too much like a social security number. That person is more than a number. That person has feelings. That person has a mind of their own. And like I said, if you don't want to tolerate their mind, just hire an AI then. Just get it the fuck out the way and just hire AI and also hire robots. Don't treat people like a social security number. That's it. I should go out and apply for jobs. I just really don't feel like doing anything anymore right now. Right now, present tense, I don't feel like doing anything. I know that's stupid. Honestly, like right now, I just want to take everything I have and just get on a fucking airplane and be like, what's the furthest I can go? Just take this and what's the furthest I can go? I'll figure it out from there. Which I know is irresponsible and also dangerous. I met someone yesterday actually who did do that. They came to Florida and they're actually sleeping in their car outside of Walmart. Fun fact, if you are going to sleep in your car, Walmart is the safest place to sleep because they actually intentionally designed it as such. They intentionally designed it so that they were aware that people were going to be sleeping in the parking lot. They always have 24-hour security and surveillance. If you're going to need to take a shower, you're going to need to get a gym membership, preferably Planet Fitness because it's always 24 hours. And I hate giving this advice. What are we doing to each other? But also, what can I do? What can I do to help? Nothing. Nothing. That sucks. I hope that you have a great day that ends with a Y.